Good morning, paranormal community, and thank you for joining us here on another amazing episode of the Odyssey Files. I'm your host, Michael O'Neill. With me, as always, is my co-host, Mr. Anthony Hernandez. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. It is a bit Sunday, so it's a morning.
Did you say it's a bit Sunday?
I said no. It's Sunday, so it's a morning.
I, I I thought you were starting like everybody, like tomorrow being Monday. Uh, everyone's like, "How you doing?" Like, it's a Monday. So I mean, you hear that all the time. I say it all the time.
No, Sundays are okay. Sundays are
Yeah.
okay. Monday is back to work, so back to the grind.
Well, yeah. I mean, and that's when everything goes wrong because nobody wants to be there, nobody's paying attention, and uh, but I thought that you were starting a new saying of "It's a bit Sunday," which I think is awesome, and I'm gonna steal that from you. But
Okay, I inspired it, so it's okay.
yes, you did. I'll give you full credit. If anybody's like, "Where'd you come up with that?" I'd be like, "My co-host Anthony, you know, didn't say it, but I misheard him say it, so I'm giving him spiritual kudos and credit for it."
It's
Uh,
like a synchronicity or something.
oh, shut up! Ugh. No, yeah, it's a bit of a Sunday. So we have, holy crap, so much to talk about. I honestly, when I started looking into the topic, uh, which is Easter, which is next week, live. I mean, obviously, if you're listening to this 5 weeks from now, it's no longer Easter. So, you know, take the time difference, into perspective. But Easter's every year. So I don't know if you're, let's do the rounding thing. If you're less than halfway to the next Easter, round down to next week. And if not, round up to 2027 Easter. It'll be the same shit, different year.
Pretty much.
But holy crap, like I was like, God, I hope we were going to even have enough to talk about, for at least an hour. At least an hour.
Oh yeah, I figured that's easy.
I didn't know. We were looking up the Easter Bunny. Like there can't be too much to discuss about the Easter Bunny. I'm so wrong. So wrong. Wow, there's a lot going on right now, or about to, I should say. Because not only do we have what I honestly thought the Easter Bunny, like a lot of garbage that the Hallmark company and everybody talks about the commercialization of holidays. I thought for sure like the Easter Bunny was going to be a 1964 you know ad campaign for the Hershey's Chocolate Company or something like that was where it was going to come from. Nope, so wrong on that, and for so many reasons. So I don't even know where to begin. I'm thinking we'll probably just start there.
The Easter
With the
Bunny.
East with the Easter Bunny. Um, and then obviously we can move into the religious parts of that because again, I didn't even take into account Passover like at all because I'm not Jewish and I don't know anybody that's Jewish. I never obviously I know what Passover is. Did not even put it in the realm of this time. Uh
Well, I mean, it's all for the resurrection of Christ. So yeah, you gotta include those things in there.
well, well, Passover doesn't have anything to do with the resurrection of Christ. That's the Catholic version of
But
it.
Easter, but Easter,
Well,
Easter, it's
yeah.
that big Christian religion.
Well, yes. Yes, it is. And that's what I knew of it. Like Easter was the resurrection of Christ. Obviously, we have Ash Wednesday, Good Friday, followed by Easter Sunday. Absolutely, that's what I grew up with. In the Easter Bunny, always had to have the Easter Bunny because it was chocolate and it was.
Oh yeah,
Um, but there's
the
so
rabbit that laid eggs.
yeah, the rabbit that lays eggs. Uh, Honestly, can't this came to me just before we went on air, before you joined me, in the backseat, and then we went on air. Uh, like children are seem to be literally searching. Maybe I shouldn't say literally. Okay, metaphorically searching for rabbit shit. Like here's a nice chocolate egg. Let's hope it's chocolate because we hid it here in the bush for quite a while. So it could be anything by that point in time. So okay, the Easter Bunny. We're starting with the Easter Bunny. Not a Hershey's chocolate company ad campaign. Apparently
No,
goes all the way. We're going to have a discussion about this because I don't think the origin of the Easter Bunny should have anything to do with children, and it really doesn't. But um, 1600s, if you could think about that, in Germany. Oh, the Germans! they 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 really like. I think if Hitler played the long game, he could have done a lot better job.
he got close. I think he got closer than a lot of people think.
Well, okay, we're not going to get into Hitler history here
Yeah,
because this is a happy time. Uh, we're talking about Easter, but uh, where's the name? I had it. Maybe I should go back.
uh,
Well, I need to read it because I can't remember. Ah, the Osterhaus. Did I say that right?
it sounds better than what I would have butchered it as. So yeah,
Which is the Easter hare. Um, they always call the bunny the hare, which obviously now, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. There's absolutely no difference between a bunny and a hare, correct? Like between like a rabbit and a hare. They're the exact same thing, just different names, correct?
uh, there's some there's some sort of difference. I just don't know what that difference is because I'm not a rabbit specialist. But I know there's like jackrabbits and bunnies and hares and whatever. Yeah,
Okay. Well, if we get anything wrong, you know what we're talking about. Just
yeah,
don't.
it's a
So
rabbit.
this is right. So the Easter hare, but this is what I love, is a mythical creature. Like, no, it's not. Rabbits exist. They're all over the place. I saw like four, last night run in front of my truck. Um,
Yeah, but theirs judged you, or was at least originally it was judgy.
that's that's what I absolutely loved. Like I think I would have stared at this sentence for like 20 minutes if I wasn't in a hurry because I loved it so much. A mythical creature that judged whether children were good or disobedient, laying colored eggs for well-behaved children. See, this is what I don't get is like obviously the legend of Santa Claus, which
Yes.
judges whether you're naughty or nice. If you're nice, you get presents. If you're naughty, you get coal. So if the Easter hare judges you as being a disobedient little shit of a child, does it give you what I was just talking about
Yeah.
before? Does it give you the its own chocolate eggs?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm sure that's probably I did not see that part of it, but I'm sure since there was Santa Claus and you have Krampus, I'm sure the Germans have the evil rabbit version or something that comes after you or something.
Evil rabbit. Oh, I hope so. I hope it's like a chihuahua or something like that. The
Uh,
Easter chihuahua. That's what I want to see.
Something something cute and cuddly until it's not.
Whoops. Why? Urgh! Here's the problem with trying to work two computers at once. more often than not, you go to the wrong keyboard. So hold on.
You need two colored keyboards.
I do. I really do. Um uh Whoops. Oh. I haven't. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Uh I hope I spelled that right. Blah, 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 blah. Often leaving disobedient children nothing at all, or filling their nests with undesirable items like rocks, coal, or even dung. I was right. Modern interpretations might see children receiving no gifts, a note. Dear Johnny, do better. Love the love the Easter Bunny.
Yeah,
Or
instead of
simply
12 Easter eggs, instead of the 12 Easter eggs, you're getting the 12 plastic eggs with little notes in them about how bad you've been and how to do better.
I want kids so bad right now. just I do. I just a note. Oh, the fun I could have with that. I yeah.
Try harder.
Try harder, do better. I know about that little incident in the lunchroom. I know it was you that stole the pudding, you little shit.
Your parents don't know, but I do.
I know what you did last summer. Oh wow. Okay. Oh,
They also gave
torture.
that. That's also where the Easter baskets come from too. Is from the Germans because they would build nests of grass,
Mhm,
so the fake grass for the
mhm.
Easter bunny to put his stuff in. So when it came over here in the 1700s, that's we changed it to a basket, and I guess we put them in the house or something at that point.
Yep. Uh, Obviously, that was the Pennsylvania Dutch people
Yeah,
that brought that over here. They built nests, now baskets for the bunny to fill. Um, so I didn't get this far, but you did, which is good because I'm really, 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 really looking forward to this. The only thing that ever said about the Easter Bunny when it came to his eggs was that it would give the children colorful eggs,
yeah.
and that's it.
Which which was pretty standard for what I was seeing, and then I went back to some of the earlier origins of it, and there's a couple that are kind of dark. So there's one legend or story or tale, whatever you want to call it, that the rocks that they threw at Jesus as he was being paraded through the town on his way to the crucifixion, when they hit him with the rock, it would turn into a red egg. It was the blood on the rock that turned the egg red, and it caused the egg to be red. So that's one. The other one
But
is
it wasn't
no,
an egg though; it was a rock. So why aren't we
but it
giving
turned into an
colorful
egg.
rocks? It turned into an egg,
Yes,
so he can turn water into wine
and rocks
and
into
the
eggs.
and rocks into eggs.
That is one version of it.
How did he stay so
Another,
skinny?
he didn't eat the eggs.
Well, not at that point in time, but I mean, if I could turn rocks into eggs and water into wine, I'd have meals every day for nothing. I'd be like, oh, a rock quarry. Not anymore. It's a grocery store. But okay, all right. Anyway, continue on.
and
Yeah,
and the
that's a
fishing
little
on top of
morbid.
that.
Well, but didn't he actually Didn't he like teach people how to fish? Maybe it wasn't that. Or did he
Yeah, but
turn something into fish?
he told them to cast the net into the water after they said they couldn't catch anything, and then it was filled with fish. So I don't know. You take that for what you will.
Okay, sure. Modern miracle, I guess. Because,
Yeah.
but oh, all
So
right. Anyway, colorful eggs.
So the other version of the story that goes back to Jesus crucifixion is that Mary Magdalene had a basket of eggs, and either she set them as a honor, as a memorial, or some sort of uh, gift for him at the bottom of the cross, and they turned into the red dyed eggs. The other is that she had eggs there, and they were to feed the other women that were there, and blood dripped from Jesus's wounds and stuff onto the eggs, dyed them red, and they stayed the color of red no matter what. Like I said, a bit darker.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that. Is there a sunnier version of why we give our children colored eggs as opposed to uh here is a couple of dairy products that I guess has Jesus's blood all over it?
The pagan version of that would of course be fertility, and it's a sign of fertility and stuff like that. The kind of, I guess, a logical version of that would be because of the Jewish holiday and Passover. You had where they stopped eating the meat and stuff, so they had an abundance of eggs and stuff like that. So they had to do something with them at the end of that, and they used those to hand out as gifts and stuff when they could partake in animal food and stuff, or animals for food and stuff like that again. Not quite
Yes.
as cool as the his blood dripped on him and they turned red, and that's why you have colored eggs now.
Yes, because if there's anything that I would say, you know, captures the essence of a man dripping blood all over your eggs from a cross instead of, I don't know, helping him off, uh, it would definitely be cool. I think that's what they were going for. But I keep seeing this, and I brought this up before the show with you. Everything that we ever look for in an origin story has something to do with fertility.
Oh yeah, I
Like
and that
everything.
and that for the longest time I had always heard of it as a fertility. I knew it to be like a pagan festival, and I know that there's the no, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. That and I kind of believe that it probably was to do a lot with the pagan beliefs, because they tend to take over those holidays and made them Christian holidays, and that was a way to kind of drown those holidays out and take them as their own. So, eh,
Yeah, yeah. See that. I mean, and honestly, the stories aren't different. I mean,
no,
the Easter Bunny to Santa is the exact same story, just different creature or whatever. Exact same story. It judges
pretty much,
whether you're naughty or nice, and it either leaves you gifts or it leaves you coal
pretty
or
much.
some version or some or a note, which I still think is amazing. Um, but better luck next time. Sorry, I'm gonna think of that the entire show. I'm sorry. Uh,
See, now you need to come up with a marketing idea and put that out there so you can patent that, and I'm sure somebody would buy it.
I would not doubt like Spencer's Gifts would have like Easter bunny notes, like already, like just like post-it notes almost. But I digress. Anyway, so yeah, the
I'm thinking of
hair.
I was thinking of a fortune cookie in the shape of an egg.
No, a colorful egg, but maybe leave off the red. Just
Oh yeah.
for respect to a dying man. But when you said she laid a basket of eggs at the cross, it's like she's given him this a sign that she's ready to go, so to speak. Um,
Well, there's those stories too. So
The hare has historically been a symbol of fertility. Never heard that before. And rapid reproduction. Yeah. Uh huh. Representing new life and spring, similar to the egg.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense.
Well,
But
you got to think that they were trying to override a pagan holiday where people got together, they drank, and they got married late into the night. And yeah, I don't know how you overcome that with a Christian holiday, but yeah, that was what they were shooting for.
hey guys, we have resurrecting over here. We have resurrection. Come on over. Cookies and resurrection. You don't need all that wine
And orgies.
and orgies. Uh, and as I told you, and I'm going to use the F word here. So if you're too sensitive, cover your ears. But like that, I never the I never got that there was a specific reason why like the phrase hump or fuck like rabbits
Yeah,
would
breed
come
like
from. Like
rabbits.
I just assumed that it was because they were fast. They run away really fast. Nope. Apparently, they are the symbol for fertility and rapid reproduction. Okay. Okay. I can get behind that, I suppose. Uh, Information about I'm changing people's lives, including my own, right here. So,
Bring in the knowledge.
knowledge will set you free and apparently get your pants down too. I
Oh,
it's
oh, that
some
was one thing that
go
they
ahead.
said about the egg too. I was going to say that was one thing I forgot about the egg. They viewed the egg as the perfect symbol for fertility, rebirth, and potential life because of the shell, and you open it and all that stuff.
So when I make scrambled eggs next, what is that
Yes,
symbolically doing to like these
you are
people's beliefs?
rebirthing, reincarnation, and
Yes, I am changing the egg into what is later going to be a very healthy bowel movement. There we go. You're welcome, America. All right. Uh so yeah, anyway, 1600s Germans have the Osterhaus, if I said that correctly. If I didn't, oh well. Which is the Easter hare. Um but I mean, the hare even goes into like the Catholic and like Christian beliefs as well. Because there's like they have paintings and uh representations of stuff of like Mary Magdalene, and she's got a
yeah.
hair. She's got a hair with her. Um, but apparently that was supposed to symbolize that she was able to resist temptation.
Okay,
I don't
I
see
didn't know that.
how. Well, I just where was I just
I know it's like Mary and the Hare, I think, is the painting that you're talking about.
Mary in the hair. uh, and then they took Mary out and put in a turtle. Is that what went on?
No.
Oh, okay. So the tortoise is not representation of like humanity and our original temptation and stuff like that. Because
Well, I
I
know that
wouldn't
there's
doubt it.
definitely probably some tortoise myths, but I think Stephen King's the one that uses a lot of that in his stuff. The tortoise is the universe or universal goodness or something like that.
No wonder it's so slow. So I know I just brought up obviously and that would have been a great segue, but I don't want to overshoot this um, because you brought it up earlier about like the pagan holiday and how it doesn't exist and it does exist and it doesn't exist. Like the but you found didn't know this whatsoever. Uh, that apparently Easter has been claimed by the Babylonian goddess Ishtar.
Yeah, Ishtar, and then the Sumerian legends of Ina, which is Ishtar, basically, and that's basically them saying that the birth or the resurrection of Jesus tale, it was theirs originally, saying that he descended into the underworld and stayed there for a time, was put on hooks, and the the male deity, which I can't think of his name right now, but sent two creations down there to bring her back after the 3 days. So there's her death and resurrection as well.
Boy, where does that sound familiar?
It's kind of like the flood myth. There's tons of places have flood myths that kind of mirror Noah's Ark. So
What? That's not even remotely what I was talking about. You're talking about somebody who was put on hooks
yes, well,
and then
as opposed to the cross, as opposed to the crucifixion.
that's what I'm saying. Who was there for 3 days before
Yep.
being brought back. So Ishtar, for anybody who doesn't know, which is everybody, is an Akkadian goddess. Here we go, of sex, war, and fertility. Not a deity associated with springtime resurrections or the holiday of Easter. So this is, and maybe I'm being dumb here. I don't know, but you can't, maybe you can't. I don't know, but it seems to me that people are taking a holiday that existed long time ago, before Christianity, before Christ, even before the Germans, uh, and they have something completely different named. Like they don't even call it a holiday. Like
No,
it's just the story.
yeah,
This is what happened.
it would be the like farmers and stuff coming back with the crops, and yeah, I mean it was just a change of season.
Right. And so, but then you have Christianity, you have obviously the Passover as well, which a different name, kind of a different celebration, just at the same time. Biblical still, but and then you have the pagans, and the pagans call it something completely different, almost like Christmas and Saturnalia. So you can't just be like, this is our holiday of Easter, therefore this has never been a pagan holiday. Well, no shit, because they didn't call it Easter, they called it something else. So I mean, does that
Well,
not
and
seem to be like what is going, like Easter is not a pagan holiday? Well, no shit, because they didn't call it Easter.
no, it was a different holiday entirely. But I think if you refer to it as that other holiday, once they said that it was Easter, I think you got punished, rather either partially or permanently.
That does seem to be the case. Even
Yeah.
even in this day and age,
You're
you're
like, which
called
holiday
what?
are you celebrating? Easter? You're good to go. Which one are you celebrating? The other one? Yeah, we're going to show you the lions. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know if that's exactly what happened during the Christmas season, but I mean, we have obviously the factual evidence that the birth of Christ, which is what Christmas is known for, got moved to overtake the pagan holiday.
Yeah.
And then obviously then if you called it Saturnalia anymore, well then you obviously, had the devil in you and you need to be
We
burned
got
at the
to burn it
stake.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, we
They're
have to
just
burn it
burning the
out.
devil. They're just burning the devil out.
Rebranding. Working since the dawn of time. But uh but again, like this wasn't called Easter. And it wasn't even a holiday. It's just a story of
No,
happened at this time.
yeah, because it's the change of the season and the basically, like I said, everything coming back, the rebirth of nature and everything, the spring. I mean, it's spring coming back.
Interesting. The last thing that Google says here on under the like the AI overview is
Yeah,
the Ishtar Easter claim often stems from popular memes and internet misinformation.
the legends are there. I mean, they're you can definitely go look them up. And there's other ones that I mean, there's tons of other ones. Dionysus. You get into Horus and the Egyptian. I mean, there's tons of other myths that kind of mirror or parallel the resurrections and stuff like that. So
You know what I just realized? Uh, if you look at like, oh, by the way, I think this is our ninth anniversary show. By the way, I forgot to mention that.
I
Happy birthdays, Odyssey Files. Put that in there in the middle
didn't.
of the show.
I was gonna say I didn't know you launched on Easter.
Uh, I believe we launched. It was like a March 27th or something like that originally. Um, but yeah, anyway, we don't need to talk about that right now. We'll give it 5 minutes at the end of the show.
All right.
But um, or maybe next week up because we're gonna be off next week, by the way, since it's Easter. So
Okay.
maybe since I have no life, uh, I'll put together maybe a best
Best
of,
of.
yeah, a best of packet for people. But anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand. So the more I look into this, I don't know, shit show of of a holiday, like it just seems like people took a very very old story, they took it for themselves, they changed the characters, claimed it as their own, and then added in obviously some, I don't know, cuteness, which isn't, because it's obviously meant to get people to have sex with each other. That's what all
At
these
least the
holidays
original
are.
one, yeah.
Oh, but here's the other thing that I realized. Not the fact that it was the ninth anniversary show. But uh 9 months from now, you know, uh is like when I was born. So I may be an Easter baby
Yep.
because 9 months
So
from now
you're
is the end of December.
yeah.
And
So the the basically fulfilling the Easter bunny wish there.
go mom and dad.
Hmm.
What I always knew they were cultured. I just didn't know they were that cultured. Uh so yes, if obviously if you're a Capricorn, you are an Easter baby. That's what I'm going to call myself from now on. They're like, "Oh, you were born on New Year's Eve?" Nope. I was
Now,
conceived at Easter.
now the question would be which version of the holiday were they honoring?
Who cares? I mean, all of them. Every single one of these damn things is to get people to have sex with each other and to procreate.
Well, pretty much, yeah.
I mean, and I get way back then that was good because our population was like 100. So now that we're 8-9 billion, let's change a few things. Uh, Maybe it's time for another Easter rebranding. I
That's
think,
never going to happen. I was going to say it's too commercialized now.
well, that's what we need to do. We need to make it more commercialized. Instead of the Easter bunny, we need, I don't know, the Easter condom.
Yeah, Cadbury won't never allow that unless they're the ones that come out with it.
Maybe they'll come out with it. I I would buy. I'm sorry. Uh, think of me however you want. When I say this, I would buy Cadbury condoms.
They're all different colored.
Who cares? Maybe they're
Well,
edible. I don't know.
we're going for the Easter egg thing, so they're all different colored. You could get the
Maybe what it does is it dyes your sauce. That's what it does.
well. See, then you could get then you could get fancy and have it where it's like a test to make sure that you're not getting into something you don't want to get into.
I'm going to say this now because I can. If Cadbury ever wants to do tests, like hold a focus group, so to speak, uh, of my idea, I am available to be in that group. Just, just want to put that out there for the world because I think I'm onto something. But uh, okay, I've taken us down a road I did not see coming. I enjoyed it, but now it's time to move on.
Well, talking about the commercialization, did you hear about the Kit Kat that heist that happened? They stole 12 tons of Kit Kat bars, so there'll be a Kit
And,
Kat shortage this Easter.
oh no! I mean, why would there be a Kit Kat shortage this Easter? Easter candy has been out since like before Valentine's Day.
I don't know.
So
They was just on the news this morning.
yeah, there's going to be a Kit Kat shortage for Halloween. Easter candy has been out for months.
My
So
question is, what
no,
are you doing with 12 tons of Kit Kat bars?
you're the most popular person in your community is what you are now. Kit Kats are amazing. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. Where would you put 12 tons of Kit Kat bars?
I have no clue. It happened over in Europe, so there was I don't know if it was a whole
That's
boat
their
full of those
problem.
things, literally, or well, 12 tons.
Believe
Part of those were coming here.
Yeah. Well, believe me, right next to all of our oil reserves is a room with 14 tons of Kit Kat bars. So we'll have plenty, believe me. We are in no shortage of Kit Kat bars or other candy for that matter. Life will go on. School will be open tomorrow. Just saying. So, I think this is important. Um, because it's not Easter, but it is celebrated pretty much right around Easter. And that is obviously we've mentioned it a few times already, is that Passover.
Yes.
The Jewish holiday of Passover, which and I will give the Jewish religion, the Jewish belief, faith system, whatever you want to call it, full credit here. They like to party because like none of their holidays are like a holiday. It's like an entire week. I mean,
I,
obviously Hanukkah is what, 8 days?
yeah, that's the
Something.
candle for each day,
Yeah.
or nine. I don't remember which it is, but yeah,
I thought, yeah. You can both tell you and I are both not Jewish. So
correct.
please forgive us if we do not do justice to this.
Yeah,
Um,
and no disrespect, just lack of knowledge on that particular subject.
yes. And so Passover is a 8-day Jewish holiday celebrated in early spring, April 1st through the 9th. Whereas, let me see if I can find that because I laughed my ass off. There we go. The Easter date, this is the Christian thing, is movable and always falls on a Sunday between March 22nd and April 25th. So, I mean, we're talking like cable company leeway here
Oh yeah,
of when we can have Easter. And the Roman Catholic Church, Easter always falls due to the Roman Catholic Church always falls on the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox.
again because they didn't have to overwrite that pagan holiday.
I just like what? Like that's just that's ridiculous. I
Well, I'm sure the pagan holidays were on the full moons, and I mean all those little things right there that were why it's moving around is probably a
right.
lot to do with.
But all right, so maybe if I don't know all the information here, I apologize. I'm sure I will get some sort of message from Scott about this, as I should. But like the first full moon after the spring, like that has nothing to do with the Catholic Church. Or I mean, did this happen during the original crucifixion, where he
Yeah, I
was
was going to say
crucified on the after the first on a Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox? Or did
I've
they
never heard that
just
before, so
no, and neither have I, which is why I'm like, maybe I'm missing something. But it really seems like you're getting a little specific here, which and like the first full moon after the spring equinox reeks of paganism. And I don't say that in a bad way.
correct.
I know I said reeks, but I just mean like that is completely paganism that
Yes.
deals with the full moon in the equinox, not the Roman Catholic Church. So I mean the whole Easter's not a pagan holiday. Well, yeah, but you know what? You took over what was their pagan holiday and tried to drown it out for them. Anyway, Passover. God dang it! The more I read about this holiday, like the angrier I get, because it just looks like a whole bunch of like cover-ups and outdoings and rebrandings and
You got
like
to what is it? History is written by the victors.
apparently are the people who have the most followers. Um, and full kudos to like the people who stick to like their holiday, their beliefs. Uh, that includes the Roman Catholic Church. I mean, you want to go to church and celebrate the resurrection of Christ? Have at it. I'm not in any way saying that anybody is wrong here. I'm just saying that there's a lot of shit here that is just ridiculous. Uh,
Yeah, I do not knock any of the religions. They can do their own thing. If I knew, I would definitely be a lot happier. Which way is the correct way?
there is no correct way. That's why every time I go back to the bit on South Park, and I can't remember like the context of why they were asking God or whoever the kids were talking to, but they asked somebody like who was right in their beliefs, and whoever I don't know if they were talking to God or whoever it was, but he's like, oh, it was the Mormons, and then it
You muted yourself.
I know, sorry, I hit the cord, which means it did my mic, so sorry about that. But you know, it flips to a scene of heaven, and like it's filled with the Mormon people talking to each other. It's ridiculous, but I mean, like that's what I keep going back to anytime I do this stuff because that's just what. Is there a right way? No, I don't think so. It's whatever you need in your life to believe. That's why they call it faith. But Passover, even though like this is something to celebrate, I
Yes.
commemorate the liberation of the Israelites from slavery in Egypt. Uh, but even that, like, just has things that I'm just like, huh, what? Like matzah. You're supposed to eat matzah, but I guess that's bad. So, but anyway, the Book of
That's
Exodus,
the
God,
bread. Yeah.
yeah, God sent 10 plagues to Egypt to convince Pharaoh to free the Israelites. The final plague brought death to the firstborn, but God, quote unquote, passed over the house of the Israelites, sparing them, leading to their release from bondage. Okay. I sure I have obviously problems with that story, but
Well, that's basically him freeing them from Egypt with the plagues and stuff like that.
right. I don't need to get into why this bothers me. that could be that could be a whole other, like, seriously, we're gonna have Scott on. So Scott, get ready. Uh to do the next uh bout of things that are wrong in the Bible. Uh he's been on before to talk about that. It was an amazing show, one of my favorites, like, ever, just because of the conversation. And his knowledge, honestly, is insurpassable. Like, nobody's going to have more knowledge than that guy. But and I would like you, obviously. It was just me and him that week. So with you here, what a great conversation that's going to be. But I don't know
Yeah, I
this.
still got to try to sell. I still got to sell him on the Nephilim thing, but yeah,
We'll get there, baby steps. But yeah. But I mean, obviously, the Israelites being freed from slavery in Egypt, a great thing. Whatever the story it is, I don't care. It's a great thing.
yeah.
It deserves to be celebrated. Uh, I mean, honestly, I wish we would give the like the Gettysburg Address a week worth of celebration of the end of slavery here in the States, but apparently the only thing that we do to celebrate that is try to make people forget about it.
Well, yeah, that's pretty popular.
So how it's
I,
celebrated? Um, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I've said that for a long time that we try to erase some things. Like I have a totally different stance on like the Washington Redskins and stuff like that. I think when you remove it out of the public eye, you're basically erasing it to the past so you can forget about it and move on. I don't see it as the negative. There's quite a few that people who don't either. So, but yeah,
Yeah, well, we don't. Again, we don't need to get into the
yeah,
story of slavery on Easter, but at least not right now. Maybe after the show. But how it's celebrated. So of avoiding chametz. I don't know what that is. Jews avoid eating or owning leavened grain products throughout the holiday, often doing deep cleaning before eating matzah. A central obligation is eating. Am I saying there unleavened?
it probably is. It's probably like an 11 grain bread
Well,
or some type of thing like that.
yeah. I mean, it's leavened, unleavened bread or matzah, which signifies both the suffering of slavery and the haste of the departure. Wow. When I have a sandwich later today, I'm going to eat that a little bit differently. I'm going to be like, this is for you, Jews. I don't know if that was racist or not, but anyway, it's meant to be positive.
Not meant to be.
It's meant to be positive. Like here's to you. Enjoy your freedom. Global tradition families gather for the Seder, and it is a time for welcoming guests, including the needy, to the celebration. Boy, we are not celebrating Passover very well in this country. Uh,
No.
so, yeah, that's Passover. And now we come.
Yeah, basically your bread is flat bread made without yeast.
So
So
gluten
and matzah
free.
bread is I I don't think that's what that is, but probably something like that.
I, I was making a joke. Sorry.
But yeah,
That that sounds terrible. Yes, that
well, they
bread.
compare it to like a cracker type bread. So I'm yeah.
Now,
I've never
now hold
personally
on.
had it, so I'm not sure.
Since we have approached the racist line a few times here, we talk about cracker bread as in Like saltines or cracker bread, as in white people?
Yeah, I'm thinking saltines.
Okay, just want to be sure. You never know. White. I can only imagine that white people bread would be terrible.
Isn't that just white bread? Which is like really bad for you anyway, no
But
nutritional real value. And
but you know what? It holds my ham sandwich in place.
yes, it does. And it's not all grainy like some of the other breads that are not processed as much.
Made without yeast. Can you even make bread without yeast?
Apparently, you can.
Are they just calling it bread, or maybe it is just simply a cracker?
Well, you got to think back then, like when they're making bread and stuff, it's not like they would throw it in the oven. Like there's a lot of those that put out on rocks and stuff, and it raises up like that. And so it's the flatbread stuff.
Rocks, and then it dyes it white. All right. Anyway, let's get to, obviously. I mean, and honestly, I don't know. I don't know nowadays which version is celebrated more when it comes to Easter. Is it the Roman Catholic version of the crucifixion and the resurrection of Christ? Or is it simply the Easter bunny bringing candy and eggs and Easter egg hunts? I mean, hell, even the White House has the Easter egg hunt. They don't have the crucifixion of Christ reading or anything like that.
Well, they try to keep it a little bit more positive.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, could you imagine if it was set up with the crucifixion and you take your egg through the crucified to get it turned red? And yeah, I'm thinking that probably wouldn't go over real well.
I'm just blame it on a lack of sleep. I don't know, just plain immaturity, which is probably the big thing here. And I apologize for what I'm about to say, but like I just saw it in my head like it would be some sort of crucifixion of Christ maze where people go through and they see Jesus bleeding on the ground, and then they turn the corner and there's something, then they have the cave that they have to go into and they have to try to find their way out like it's an escape room. Like I just I
If you go
just
the
I
wrong way, Lucifer's waiting for you there.
yeah, sorry kid, you don't succeed. You died here. Um God, why hasn't somebody done that? I'm coming up with so many money making ideas for you people. There's
I'm telling you.
I don't care about that. Uh, but yeah, a crucifixion themed escape room. Ah, beautiful, and probably would get burned, burned to the ground very quickly. But
Yeah,
anyway,
surprisingly, there's a lot of people who still think the old witchcraft and demon stuff a lot more than you would think.
well, yeah, anybody that believes in aliens, they're just demons.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely people that point that point of view out there.
All right. So anyway, uh, so Easter honestly ends a whole bunch of shit. Ends Lent, which
Yes.
a lot of people take seriously. You and I do not.
Yeah, I do not.
We typically give up something that has no effect on our lives whatsoever. What is it that you say that you give up?
I gave up Lent.
You, you gave up Lent, yes. And I used to say give up cigarettes. I don't smoke, so obviously that doesn't
Nope.
matter to me. Uh, I'm going to change that. I'm not going to steal yours, even though I should, because it's funny. But I think I'm just I gave up religion, which I'm really not.
See, but I was gonna say, but that's not true. So that one kind of is, I don't know, not there.
What do you mean that's not true?
So you're saying you're atheist for however many days it is?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Now hold on. That is incorrect. I said I gave up religion, and I say I gave up faith.
Okay. Two different things.
It is two different things. Maybe I should say organized religion. I gave up. I still
I was gonna
have
say because
faith.
I would definitely be like the dude off the Mummy when he's presented with the mummy and he starts whipping out all the different crosses and stuff to see which works. I don't know if you
Are we
remember
talking?
that the Mummy with
Are we-
Brandon Fraser.
no, I do remember that, but I guess I don't. I don't remember the whole. It's been a while. Are we talking about number one or number two?
Number one,
Number one. I've only seen that like once, maybe
yeah,
twice, and this was
the little squirrely guy gets cornered by the mummy and he basically breaks out every cross that you can think of. The Ankh and like all sorts of other stuff till he gets to the one that works and it doesn't kill him.
no, of course not. Okay, so I really want to talk about this. So okay, it's the end of Lent, which people give up. Uh, fish fry season is what I call it. So because everybody throws out a fish fry, which is amazing. We need to look up like the origins of the fish fry because that is a topic. But we have what's Holy Thursday? Obviously, I know about Ash Wednesday. I went to CCD. Good Friday. A lot of people are closed on Good Friday, and then obviously Easter Sunday, and that's all coming up this coming week. Uh, but says, as we know from the Gospels, Jesus Christ rose from the dead on the third day, following the good. Why do we call it Good Friday if that's when he got killed?
Yeah, I don't know that. There's a lot of
Like
weird stuff there, or at least it sounds weird. Holy Thursday is supposed to be the day of the Last Supper.
I mean, I guess not a lot of people are going to celebrate Death Friday, but
Yeah,
uh, still, like I get Ash Wednesday, Easter Sunday, get all that,
yeah.
but Good Friday is like when he died,
As
and like,
opposed to crucifixion. Yeah,
and here's is this it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it must be another one that I read. Crap.
what?
Uh, because it was funny because we were going back. Um, it was going back to what we were talking about before, but there was something I read about them finding um, the cave empty on the third day. You know, because obviously he
Yeah,
rose
Holy
um,
Saturday.
and did his thing, but it said the group of women showed up, and I was like, yeah, you better get some. I mean, uh, honestly, everything's about sex now. Everything, even this had some sort of, uh, like we talked about Mary Magdalene laying in a basket of eggs, some sort of
Oh yeah. Well,
symbolism and shit like that.
at least in that version, they were trying to they were trying to associate everything for some reason there. It was for food. At least one
So
of them.
his resurrection marks the triumph of good over evil, sin, and death. Um, I don't think that's like anything that we triumphed over like that. That's still on now. That's still happening.
Yeah.
But it is a singular event which proves that those who trust in God and accept Christ will be raised from the dead. Okay, great. And then what? But since Easter represents the fulfillment of God's promises to mankind, it is the most important holiday on the Christian calendar. What were the promises? Just the
For
whole.
which
Well, it says fulfillment of God's promises to mankind. What were the promises? Is it the
that
is that
you
the it's not the commandments.
no, I was gonna say you got me on the promises because I thought it was do good or you go to hell. But
I mean, that was it. I mean, apparently God is the Easter bunny because
well,
and Santa Claus. I could see
they're
that.
all aspects of him.
I'm going to get a very nasty letter. Please
for saying
understand.
those
I mean,
things.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Please understand. I'm not. It sounds like I'm making fun of people's faith. I'm not. I
Yeah, I
am
was gonna
making
say it's
jokes, but uh, again, everybody's free to believe anything that they want. It's just there's so much wrong stuff here, and not to bring up
I've said
aliens
for
again, but
I've
go
said
ahead.
for a long time that a lot of the religions they're a lot of the religions are really good and there's a lot of really good stuff about them. It's when you throw people into the mix and they try to take control of them and make it a power source or some sort of something for them like that that things go twisted. Got to take these books out, got to change these dates, got to yeah.
Like they have to keep it relevant. Like that seems to be the only thing that's like their biggest goal is to stay relevant. And so they continually muck up the waters so that people like me want to make fun of them. And that's sad because I don't think anybody's faith should be mucked up like this. The one thing that I did read, which I thought was pretty cool, it says in the Gospels, the precise details of the Easter narratives vary slightly, but none of these variances are critical to the main story. In fact, it is argued that the variances are simply matters of style and not substance. Despite the variance, the key aspect of the Easter story all match. That I like.
Yeah.
When all stories match, I like that. That's
Well, yeah, they all pretty much bring the same core structure to them or the core ideas behind them.
yeah. I still love this March 22nd through April 25th. Like seriously, it's like anywhere in this time we're good. we, we, we don't really know. We're just kind of guessing, and we'll narrow it down year by year. But anyways, so yeah, there we go. So next week is Easter, and uh, people will be celebrating their own version of it. Um, hold on a second here. The feast. You know what I didn't write or didn't look up, and I wanted to, and I just
But
didn't have time. I'm going to do that right now. What is the origin of the Easter ham? Like everybody needs to have ham on Easter.
because ham's good. I don't know.
Well, fine, but why is like there's no besides like the fruit cake, like there's no Christmas, food that you have to have. Obviously, Thanksgiving is turkey, but that's not that's an American holiday, obviously based on the meal between
Yeah.
the colonials and the Indians. But um,
So
everybody
the
talks
really
about the
boring
Easter ham.
the really boring explanation for it would be that pigs were slaughtered in late fall, which means that they were smoked over winter, and come Easter time, spring, they'd be ready for consumption.
I'm learning so many different words today. It's a great agrarian. Never heard that word before in my life.
That's yeah,
Practices in Northern Europe where pigs slaughtered in the fall were cured through the winter and ready to eat by early spring. Gotcha. So people are partaking in the fruits of their labor.
correct.
This practical preserved meat source merged with spring pagan festivals, later becoming a popular, affordable, and large serving alternative to Easter lamb. Ugh. I've
Yeah,
had lamb,
I'm not a
was not a fan following the 1940s. German
yeah, I am
pagan
not
rituals
a
where wild boar were eaten for the spring. Well, here it is again. The EOSTRE. I don't even want to try to pronounce that.
It's
Oster,
Oster or something like that. Yeah, it's a goddess.
Oster, right? But I came across her name. I think when I was looking up Ishtar, I think that name came up. Um, 6th century German pagan rituals. There's the Germans again, where wild boar were eaten for the spring festival. Butchered in the why are hogs butchered in the fall? Is this because they spend all summer eating?
Well, because you got to smoke them and stuff like that. Whereas they didn't have quite the processes that we have to get all that stuff done.
I was just thinking, like, did they just get a smoker? That's
Pretty
12
much.
hours. Jesus. I, meat was smoked and cured, with the process lasting through the winter, making the meat ready just in time for the spring feast.
Yep.
Okay.
Just
Fair.
just in time for the party night.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just curious. I just because it's like the besides obviously Thanksgiving, but that's not an international holiday. That's an American holiday and has obviously its roots in what why is there. I just never understood the Easter ham. Now I do. Look at that. I am more enlightened than ever.
So now you're going to go slaughter have you a pig slaughtered and ready for
No,
months later to eat.
I, I bought some brown sugar ham last night, sliced. Hillshire Farms. So I will have a ham sandwich. Uh, but yeah, no, it got to the point. Um, we would always go to my grandma's for Easter, and she would make ham every year, and I got so tired of it uh, that it was seriously. She would make a ham, and then she would make like meatballs and mashed potatoes and gravy for me because she knew that I didn't. I just it was so bland, But
See, for me, that's the whole Thanksgiving, the turkey thing.
well, right, and love Thanksgiving, obviously. Um,
Oh yeah.
Turkey, obviously, really, really good, and it's not like I don't mind ham. I think I just had it too much, one of those type of things, and it was always like the same salty, bland version of it. But my dad used to buy this humongous uh, brown sugar spiral ham, I think from Sam's Club. I would eat the shit out of that because
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
it
because
had
that.
it had flavor to it and everything. And I think that's why I bought the brown sugar ham. I used to buy honey ham. I brought the brown kind of as a tribute uh, to my dad and the brown sugar ham that he would make. Um, but yeah, uh, I don't think we did the Catholic version of Easter much justice,
Mhm.
but um, and honestly, I guess it seriously it just seems like everybody is just taking everybody else's ideas and passing them off as their own
Well,
and
yeah.
and,
I mean,
and
that's
call it,
how that works.
but that does not limit or overshadow the fact of what people want to believe this holiday is. Whether it's Passover, whether it's Easter, Jesus resurrection, or whether it's Easter, uh, you're going to be, Judge Rabbit, and you're going to search for Easter eggs next Sunday morning and try to find them. But if anybody, seriously, anybody who's listening between now and forever, I'll even take this next year if it comes up. If anybody takes the note option, please tell me what you wrote. I just, I really want to know, like what you wrote in your notes to your children that you gave them instead of candy. Oh, well, there we go. Today is Palm Sunday. I actually just saw like some right there, Palm Sunday. And yeah, again, happy Easter. However you want to celebrate it, happy Easter to everybody.
Yep.
When you get there, obviously that's next week, or it happened 3 months ago. I mean, or it's coming up and coming up in 3 months. Who knows? Whenever you hear the show. Um. So yeah, I don't. I don't have anything else. I think. I think
No,
we've destroyed Easter for enough people.
I don't think it's destroyed. I just think the origins are borrowed and made their own to try to get rid of the original ones.
Yeah, that is how we work, even today.
Yep.
We take what we don't want to believe in, quote unquote, and then we try to overshadow it and then make sure the other
But
stuff never existed.
it's worked all this time. Why change now?
Because it's wrong, my friend. It's wrong. So
I was like, come
there,
on, they fight against all that stuff all the time, timelines and all that other stuff.
yes, indeed. We'll we'll have to get into that conversation on another day. The timelines. I mean, if Sea Lake is to be believed, there already is a time force.
Oh, you know what I was gonna say when you since you came around Easter time, that's when y'all brought a new knowledge to the world.
You make my heart sad, Anthony. Just no. Next week we're not going to get new knowledge. I assure you of that.
Hey, there kind of already was. Or at least they said there was. I haven't dug into it yet, but they said that they found another Sphinx in Egypt that's been buried.
I could see that. I absolutely could see that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I fully believe that there is history and there is knowledge to be discovered
Oh yeah,
that
definitely.
has long since been buried. Uh, it's not going to happen in the next week.
Oh, I don't think so either.
Oh, now you change your mind. Okay.
Didn't change my mind. I just think that it's not the world shattering type of information that would come out regardless of when it comes out.
Well, and who's to say that a new Sphinx is really going to do anything other than just be like, oh, this one was buried?
Yep.
It. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm sure there'll be some sort of curse associated with it. Uh,
Just gets people excited, I think.
that will probably be the plot line to National Treasure 3 is they will find a new Sphinx.
Don't they already have
Buried.
3 of them?
Do they have 3 of them? Oh no, they only have 2.
I think so. Oh, okay.
They've been talking about 3 for years. Uh,
Cuz
so
cuz he's busy with so much stuff.
well, he's cranking out movies like every other month now. He's the new Samuel L. Jackson. So
Yeah, but not all of them are great, unfortunately. Which I mean, I follow most of his stuff, and I've tried to watch a few that are pretty difficult to get to the end of.
yes, yes, indeed. Anyways, well, we shall have to see because obviously we were left on the whole cliffhanger of what was on page 47. So we'll figure that one out when it releases. I'm looking forward to it. I really like those movies. I own both of them.
I do too. So
Yeah, so we're good. But yeah, pertaining to Easter, I got nothing else.
no, Easter's yeah. I'm done with Easter.
Okay. And let me just check to make sure I have my dates correct. Um, do, 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 do. So what happened when we originally did our show, The Odyssey Files, way, 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 way back then. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Lost scrolling here. Okay, yep. I was correct. So, um, what happened was that Dave and I uh, went live for our very first show. It would have been, we were doing it Mondays at that point in time. So it had been about March 28th, 29th. Uh, we were on Para X Radio Network, which is still around, and good for them for being so. And we had so many technical issues. So I was running a VPN at that time, and so it would shift my IP address, and anytime that happened, we would lose connection to the server. And so we would literally do like 5 minutes of airtime, and we wouldn't see that we were disconnected. And so Dave and I would just continue to talk. And like 10 minutes down the road, I would look down and be like, we're not transmitting.
Crap.
And so log back in. We'd do another 5-10 minutes and then we'd be logged off again. And so our original show was a complete shit show. Like it was garbage. And so the next week, which was April 3rd, 2017, we went live again. We fixed the issue. I shut down my VPN, never had an issue the whole rest of the time. But we redid our inaugural show. And so we originally went live this weekend, but our inaugurals we'll say next weekend because that was when we actually did a full show
Full show.
without too many screw ups. So yeah, so 9 years now, 9th anniversary, which
That's
means
awesome.
next year for our 10th anniversary, we need to remember because I blew straight past my team's 11th anniversary a couple weeks ago. Didn't even I mentioned it the weekend prior to it, which was I think March 7th was when we had our last investigation. I mentioned it to everyone like in 3 hours into the investigation, and then completely spaced on it the whole rest of the week. So March 10th came and went, not even a post.
Need to add those dates to your calendar.
Well, Facebook is supposed to remind me of that shit. Happy birthday. But apparently they don't do that with group pages and professional
Stuff like that.
type pages. Yes. Just the people on your friends list.
I figured it would have hit you up with memories or whatever thing they call that thing that pops up the highlights from whatever for those dates.
Well, but that's a personal message. That's not a team thing, or not like a public page thing.
Type
and
thing.
I almost never post personally about what the team is doing. Mostly because I have a lot of paranormal people on my list, but like almost none of them live around me.
You froze. All right.
Well, okay, that was fun.
Okay. What was that? I was getting ready to text you. I don't know if you know if it was gone.
No, I did because both of our screens disappeared. But I haven't been on my Wi-Fi. I've been on my phone, which is what I'm always going to do from now on because it actually works. And yeah, my computer just was like, you don't need service. Okay, thanks. But
I almost said that you were getting through a whole show without any issues.
Well, you thought it, therefore you cursed me.
Put it out there.
To go. Yeah, you put it out there into the ether, and the universe was like, no, we can't have that happen.
Oh,
Here's
it was.
here's some Smite.
See, that was like their calendar reminder right there.
There it is. Anyway, so uh going, you know what, that would be such a fun show. It is to do like a not a, like a behind the scenes, but of the show. But I mean, like just stupid shit that has happened over the years. Obviously, the inaugural show. Then we have, which we're going to have to do again, and I need to talk to you about that. Um,
Okay.
the Paranormal Feud show, where
Okay.
I tried to we've done them twice. The very first one was something we won't talk about, but like I had too much of a sticky tape on the answer, on the things that were covering the answers. So when I ripped off one, the whole freaking whiteboard fell over. Um, and I got laughed at, as I should. Uh, there, that was fun. So yeah, there's a lot of great moments over the last 9 years, and we got more. But I think what I was saying when I froze was that for the 10th anniversary, we have to set up a really amazing show, and I'm
Okay.
thinking it's got to be another round table.
With
And
multiple people.
well, but it has a certain format to it, which I because the very first one that we ever did was Michelle Belanger and Heather Taddy, and it was a great show. And even to this day, it's one of our top downloaded episodes, even though it happened like 4 years ago, probably 5 years ago. Um, yeah, it was episode 98. Um, so yeah, it was a very long time ago. And then we had John Zaffis and Dustin Perry for another one.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but yeah, we'll have to set that up and get some like at least two like really amazing guests that are going to really have like a really good uh roundtable conversation with us. So there you go. Stick around for another year and see what we come up with for our 10th anniversary, which would be like episode like 420, 420. But um, so yeah, uh, not bad. 9 years, 372 episodes, more to come.
More to come.
More to come. Um, and even guests we've never had on, topics that we've never covered. So much more to come. But yeah, I don't have anything. Happy Easter to everybody. What about you?
Hope you have a good Easter. I hope everyone has a good Easter, however you enjoy it, however you celebrate it.
And I guess for anybody who wants to pray during this time, pray that I find the time and the energy to make a show next week. Because Anthony and myself, will technically be off. So if there's a show, go me. If there isn't, go you. and enjoy that time with your family and your friends, and celebrate it however you want. So yeah. All right. Well, we will not be back next week with an all new episode, but we will be back in 2 weeks. And hopefully we have, like I said, we've got feelers out for some really good guests
Yes.
to come in. We're just waiting for responses because everybody's busy. So yeah, that does it for us. Stay healthy, stay safe. Everyone have a great Easter next week. We'll see you next time.